Hi.
Hi, welcome back everybody.
On today's episode, we're going to take you through the drainage dilemmas we have at Redton Housey.
I hope you enjoy the video. When we first started to clear around the garage to check what's going on with the drainage, I don't think we really anticipated what was going to be underneath. We just thought, clear a bit of the bush, move the soil away, see what's happening, why maybe it's not draining properly. And you can see here at the beginning, this is where we started with the basic clearing. Now we've got all the basic bush removed. We decided to clear the soil, which looks to be lying on top of some concrete there next to the garage. So that's the first thing we tackle. We don't tackle a little bit further away from the garage because we're assuming that's just standard soil. The soil around the garage here was very swampy. It didn't feel so bad walking on it when there was leaves and bushes and stuff, but once we removed that and started to walk on it, it became very sticky and swampy and very hard to walk on. You think so? It's not very apparent when we're digging it out with a spade, but it was it's like sodden clay, so very, very heavy.
We found the French drain that was built here. We were wondering where it is. Basically, there where he was digging is where the drain started. And yeah, it exits. But it seems like over the many years, it just got blocked up. You can see our road is absolute disaster with water. Our whole property is always soaked because everything is blocked. But hopefully we can clean that top part up and get the rest of the drain sorted and get this water off. So this is what the drainage is now looking after someone cleaned it up last week. It actually is working now. Don't know why the previous people put a lot of plastic on top of everything. That just prevented the water going into the actual ditch that was supposed to take the water out. Just gonna try and walk to the outlet without killing myself. We'll later post what ideas we'll have with fixing this drainage. It's not a high priority now, it's working. So you can see there's a lot of water running out here. This is only from 20 mil of rain. This used to go from that side, ran to there, and then went down. And this whole area was flooded. There's a ditch down there that was all flooded. So at least the water is now exiting the property much quicker. And this one is flowing. So even this one is flowing. There was no water here last week. Well, minimal. Linda cleaned this one up. So now that everything's open, the water can flush everything clean and get flowing again. So yeah, since this one is open and that one's open, we think there's another few down there. The rest of the property should dry out. It's going to take a few months. At least it's a step in the right direction. But our biggest problem is this. You can see there's water everywhere. What previously happened, you can still see some of the black plastic here. The plastic was running straight over to the other side with about a foot of topsoil on top of it. So all that was happening is all this water just ran on top of the plastic and never actually went into the trench that was dug. So we're busy at the moment digging up everything.
Our neighbours provided us with some old photos. Here you can see the children collecting the rocks from the river, and that they were placed in this trench, the trench that you can see that we're clearing and opening up again.
As you can see as well, we still have water running here. It hasn't been raining for a while now. I think it's been about a week. This is an absolute constant flow the whole time. Not sure if you can actually see that. That's water dripping continuously. Some of you might be wondering, why aren't we putting the barge boards up yet? Why don't we finish the garage? Well, it's actually very simple. With the drainage issues we have, we're actually ending up with a big swamp here. And seeing that it's clay, every time it rains, it swells. Every time it dries out a bit, it shrinks. And the result of that is we're getting a huge amount of cracks. So our first priority before we try and put any barge boards on is to try and fix the drainage. If the drainage is fixed, in theory, we should have a constant amount of moisture, which will lead to a stable foundations, which means we should have less cracking in the walls, which then means we can actually plaster everything and not have more cracks form later on. So here you can see one of the major cracks in the wall. One can literally stand inside and see outside. You can see they actually dug the drainage right next to the foundation, causing a lot of instability. This should be easily fixable if we get the water off the property quicker and it doesn't stand around here causing issues with the soft clay. So we're now staying more towards the roadside. This is that same drainage that I showed from the other side. And as you can see, there's not much foundation on this end and it's all cracked up. You can see the cracks in the walls. I'm not too concerned about this. As I said, it's easy to fix. You need to just get the water off the property. So as you can see, this is the original drainage that they did. All the plastic is still stuck under the soil. It's a lot better now. Same story this side. You can actually see the water flowing here. As I said, we only had 2 mil of rain this week. So this is all just old water coming everywhere. And at that moment, flowing in the road all the way and then into the river. The river is over there. I just want to see, with the drainage issues, there's more water than I think behind this wall. So I just got a big drill here. Take it, drill a few holes, see what's happening behind it. Actually forgot how bad it is to try and drill into wet stuff. The drilling dust just doesn't clear and your drill keeps on getting stuck. Okay, so there's not much more water than already there. I'll drill some more holes a bit higher up, see if there's anything, but yeah, I think the wall is cracked enough to let the water that is seeping towards it out. But I'll let it run for a bit. Oh, wait, let me get the camera. So this one we just drilled. It's actually letting a lot of water out. So you can see from the drill dust getting washed out. Over here. So there's definitely a lot of water behind this. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to drill some more holes, see how it goes. It's a lot of water coming out of that one. Actually quite interesting. This one even block it up. Not sure if you guys can see that. That's a lot of water. Oh, that one is full of emptiness. See if it's gonna start running as well a bit later. I made a few test drills here. There's nothing much coming up at the top here. Yeah, this just needs to get dug out more. See what's going on here. I'm sure it's going to be also weeping at the foundation level. So nothing exciting. Not sure if you can see this. That's where the water is coming out at the moment. Yeah, so that all is in front of this retaining wall. You can see there it's water standing. So I'm not sure if that's also water coming through there, or is it just water damming up on this side and then flowing out that side. Because I still think the predominantly of the water is from this area, because the hill runs from that side down. I know our neighbour's got a drainage ditch running there, so I'm pretty sure it's all coming from this side, hitting this retaining wall, going past, hitting this retaining wall, going past, and then running that way. So if we can get the water off here, there's definitely some sort of drainage there. So if we can get the water to get into the soil there, get through the wall into these drainages, we will stop water going all the way that way and away from the house. Just a quick update on the drainage, the holes we drilled yesterday. Still wet. This hole we drilled is actually still flowing. It's a fair amount of water that's continuously running out of it, which is quite interesting if you think there's so many other cracks and stuff that specific hole flows so much. You've got water everywhere running continuously. No rain yesterday. There's groundwater or a spring continuously running, so we need to get basically all of this filled up with clay soil, so that's all sealed again. Put drainage in and get the water off the property. Unless you guys got a different idea or better idea how to fix this, please let us know.
Until the next time, thanks for watching.